Good morning. It is Sunday, September whatever, and we are done. The roof is painted. As you can see, it's beautiful, and the truck is finished being painted. So today's job is going to take that and put it back on top of here, and then put all the bolts in and tighten it down, and then it'll be done. As you can see, I took the wheels off and lowered it down so that I could drop the height of the bed down about 5 inches. So that way, when we bring it over, we don't have to lift way up here. We can just basically lift from here. And then I'm gonna put 2x4 here. And then my wife is gonna take all them screwdrivers and line up all these holes, because these guys actually move back and forth this way and this way, so that you can align up to this stud right here, so you can move it around. So once we get those screwdrivers in the hole, then we'll come around to the back here, and 5 very strong, beefy guys are going to lift, pull the 2x4s out, set it down, and push forward. And then hopefully, if things go right, the lid will land right on those indexing studs, and then basically we'll be good to go. At that point, we'll just line up the studs and we'll put in the bolts that go here. I'm going to run a bead of silicone around the edge there, so that this lip right here will be sealed against the cab, because I don't ever plan on taking this off again. It's not my goal to have a convertible. Yes, it's interesting and fun to drive, but to be honest with you, I'm not a real convertible guy. So I plan on attaching this baby permanently, so that when the next owner comes along, if they decide they want to pull it off, I've got this gasket right here that they can have, and they can re-glue this baby on. Just that the shellac that they use to put this stuff on is so hard to scrape off that I figure the only place it's really problematic is going to leak is here. I got these seals, so once I get this all together, I'm waiting for this centerpiece right here to come. Once it comes, I'll pull these windows out, and I've got to figure out how to fix this. The stud broke off for the wind wing, so yeah, I might end up having to drill a hole all the way through it, drill it out. Don't know yet. And then come up with a replacement stud, because you can see this one has the studs and this wind wing worked. That one was stiff, and when I went to exercise it, it broke right off. So anyway, that will be my next project. But anyway, as you can see, the Jimmy is done. The underside of the Jimmy is all rust free and painted, and I got all of this done. So the frame is done, and got the front end all done, painted. And we got this one done, and all of that's beautiful. That's a beautiful mess. And then all of this is done under here, and this is all done and pertified and sexified, and that's all replaced and welded and patched in. And all beautimous. And I replaced this piece right here using the pieces I got out of the donor truck, and I curved it and I shoved it underneath here, and then I used some self tappers to hold it in, and then I did fixing and zippity doo and zap zap to zip zo, and so you can see she's all pretty now. Yes, she is. She is all lovely. So we're good. I fixed that floor. Made me some patches, and next thing will be the interior. I'm gonna get the carpets, pull the seats out, send them out, and see if I can find something to this effect, or get somebody to do it like this, and then do the dash, and we're good to go. So this has been a little over 2-month project, and then once this is done, then of course I have the Burger King parking lot incident. We went to Burger King yesterday, but we parked way in the corner behind the trash cans. But this is going to be the next restoration project. So I have to get a new turn signal. The headlight's fine, so I ordered that. Inner fender well. Fender will be coming as soon as I get the check, because the body shop came up with a $2,400 estimate, and of course they blue booked the vehicle at $1,300, so they're going to send me a check for $11. So I figure between the fender, there's a place that paints them, so you send them the paint coat and they paint it. So I'm going to get the paint. I think I can fix the bumper. I'm going to use a little staply thing right there. I'll staple that, and then I'll just make this beautimous. And then I'll fix that and get the bumper straightened out, and away we go. I'm gonna order me a can of paint, some spray paint, you know, because I am rattle canning. Just bend this back out and paint it right there, and wash it and scrub it and wax it and make it all pretty again, and drive it for another 10 years till it dies. And then we got some work to do on that. Not too much, but a little bit of zippy doo-doos and some scratchy, some bubbly spots on the passenger side, and gonna redo the roof like I did this lid here. I'm gonna redo the roof there, and yeah, she'll be beautimous when I'm done. And then the last paint job will be the truck. The clear coat, of course, failed on the hood and fenders, and so I have to do some YouTubing and figure out how to correct that. But you know, it's doable, it's fixable. It's just, you know, a little research on my part. So anyway, that's where I am at this particular part of the project, and I don't know what time it is. It's probably early because I can't lay in bed too long. My back starts to hurt, so I got to get up and move around. So look at that beautiful green lawn. It's a beautiful day. No clouds to speak of. Sun is shining. My wife's lawn is looking wonderful. She said no lawn, and of course, you know, she came out here with her green thumb and started touching and playing and fiddling, and lo and behold, the lawn is green. Next year we'll reseed those parts that are bald over there. We have dirt in those totes. Nice black cow manure earth that was donated to us by the guy down the street who has cows and horses and stuff, and he just brought us a couple of bucket loads, and we built a screen machine out of the cheap Harbor Freight cement mixer back there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. And out of a trash can, I put some screen in it, and what we do is we just turn it on. It's got a little downhill on it and a brace with a couple of wheels on it to hold the trash can, and I just shovel dirt in it, and it spins around, and the fresh dirt falls out the bottom, and we just put a tote underneath it, and then the rocks come out the front, and we put that in a tote, and so we have fresh screen dirt, and we have fresh screen rocks, and basically that's how we came up with all this dirt. And it's very good because this area right here was bald. I know this has nothing to do with rattle cans, I'm sorry, but I'm proud of my wife and her ingenuity, and that was bald, and it was like that, and then we cleaned it up and dirted it and seeded it and dirted it some more and added some fertilizer, and there's no baldness there anymore. So that is our ultimate goal, is to finish that. Anyway, back to this. So that's my goal. Lowered the truck to make it easier, get it on, get it lined up. My wife's gonna put the pins in and line up the, so I got her some screwdrivers, and she's gonna climb in there and just go blink, 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 blink on both sides, at which point we'll then lift it up from the back, pull the 2x4s out, set it down, slide it forward, falls in pin indexes, and then take and put this is like a trim piece that goes on top. Put the bolts in, do not tighten them down. Put the bolts in here, tighten those down. Once this is all snugged up, all compressilated, then tighten up those bolts, tighten up those bolts. I'm going to torque them down to 20 foot-pounds because I don't have any specs at all on how tight these bolts are supposed to be, so I'm going to go 20 foot-pounds. I figured that's going to be reasonable enough. And then, woohoo! Uh-oh. I got some anti-sneeze on there. Oh, look at that, came right off. Then I'm going to give it a bath after the silicone dries. And then I'm going to take it over to Buddy, the guy that I purchased it from, house, and I'm going to park it out front of his house. And then go play ding dong ditch, and he'll come out and go, because this thing was a nightmare. If you saw the original first couple of videos, it was a rust bucket. It was really, really rusty. I mean, to the point where he was considering sending it to the scrapyard, and I just couldn't see that happening. You know what I mean? I looked at this thing and I saw potential. So, and to my credit, as he said, I kept my word. I didn't sell it. I fixed it. So, and then we're going to get rid of the new processor 203. I'm ordering a transmission from B&M. I got a adapter to go from a 10 spline to a 27 spline TH4 350 tranny, so I'm going to put a new processor 205 in it, and that means that the drive shafts will have to be remanufactured, which is no big deal because there's one in town that does custom drive shafts. So I just need to take them the measurements and the old shafts, and he can he can hook me up with new drive shafts. We're not going to splice them. We're going to have him build new ones because I'm a firm believer in that. And as soon as I get the drive shafts back, they'll go back in. And then I will order the crate motor, and that will come. And then the engine will be fuel injected because I want to get rid of the Quadrajet. Not that it doesn't work, but everything else in my fleet is all TBI fuel injected. So I'm thinking, screw that. I'll go with the Holly Sniper system. And then this baby too will be fuel injected. And then she gets put away for the winter. Well, actually, she'll go away for the winter first. And then, excuse me. And then in the summer, she'll come out and the motor will get done. By then, I'll have all the engine and all the parts and everything purchased and in stock so that I can take care of that. And, you know, that'll be that. So I'll come back with another video when the top is on and she's all bathed up and purty.